FBI agent Peter Strzok has agreed to voluntarily testify in front of congressional Republicans. Now, there are Democrats involved in this hearing as well, and we will show you some examples of the exchanges that he's had with them. But he is essentially testifying in front of the House Judiciary and House Oversight Committees. Now, this is all in regard to the text messages that he sent to an FBI attorney by the name of Lisa Page during the time that they were both involved with the Mueller investigation. Now, as soon as Mueller was made aware of these text messages, he took them off of the investigation. So they have nothing to do with the Russian meddling investigation. They have absolutely no impact on the outcome of that investigation. With that said, though, Republicans have seized on the text messages that he sent as a way of discrediting the investigation. And so they claim that there was or there is a tremendous amount of bias and that it's a witch hunt, when in reality, anyone who looks into the matter even a little bit understands that that's not the case. They're just attempting to discredit what's going on.
Yeah, so my favorite point that he made, and we'll show you all super fun videos in a sec, is he said, look, if I wanted to make sure that Trump didn't win and we had a conspiracy about that, I was one of the very few people in the country that knew that we were investigating Trump's involvement with Russia or potential involvement with Russia, right? I could have just leaked it. I could have just said it. In which case, that would have tremendously hurt Trump's chance of winning the election. But we didn't leak it. I didn't say anything. So if I was trying to interfere with the election, I had a curious way of doing it because I didn't interfere. And that is a devastatingly good point. So
yeah. He makes a lot of good points. Look, I was not interested in this story until I saw the way that he is fighting, essentially, during these hearings. He represents a level of strength that I wish that we would see from some of our elected officials on the left. And he is not allowing them to walk all over him. So I want to give you a quick statement before we go to the first round of videos. Let's go to graphic 2. He says, I have the utmost respect for Congress, Congress's oversight role. But I truly believe that today's hearing is just another victory notch in Vladimir Putin's belt and another milestone in our enemy's campaign to tear America apart.
Damn.
And some of the exchanges you're about to see really do play into what he is trying to message in that quote. All right, so with that said, the hearings are hours and hours long, but I want to show you what I thought was the most interesting. So here is an exchange between Strzok and Darrell Issa. Let's take a look at the first video.
We have one sheet of paper that was presented to you a few minutes ago, and I'm going to just go to a date and then ask you to read your own words. March 4th, 2016.
You want me to read this?
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. OMG, he's an idiot.
May 4th, 2016.
Now the pressure really starts to finish MYE.
July 19th, 2016.
Hi, how was Trump other than a douche? Melania?
July 21st, 2016.
Trump is a disaster. I have no idea how destabilizing his presidency would be.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Thank you for letting him read that. That was awesome that that's in the congressional record now. So he didn't think that Trump was smart. That makes him perfectly suited for the Federal Bureau of Investigations. Okay, if you investigated Trump's intelligence, you would conclude that he's not very bright.
I would love to conduct a polygraph test on Trump's current advisors and aides and ask them, do you think Trump is a smart person?
Or the Republican congressman asking those questions. Remember that Red State, which is a right-wing blog, did an interview off the record with a Republican congressman who said, we all think he's a total idiot. And we just got to survive our primaries, and after that, I don't know what'll happen, but he's an absolute disaster. So if you read their text, they would probably say the same exact thing, and they're not colluding against Trump. It's just obvious that he's an idiot, so this guy recognized it. That doesn't prove anything. So Strzok thought that Trump was an idiot. What's left out of there is that he also did not like Hillary Clinton or Bernie Sanders, particularly Bernie Sanders. That doesn't mean he launched some sort of deep state conspiracy against Bernie Sanders. Okay, it just means that was his opinions. Do you think that other people at the FBI don't have opinions? No, they all have opinions, political opinions. Presumably most of them vote, And some of them, and according to inside sources, most of them are Republicans. So does that mean they can never investigate any Democrats? No, hopefully, if you're doing it right and you're a professional, you put those political opinions aside when you do these investigations. And yes, some of them voted for Hillary Clinton. Yes, some of them voted for Donald Trump. It appears most of them or more of them voted for Donald Trump. But that doesn't mean that by definition they're biased against Hillary Clinton in the investigation they did of her.
Let's see more from Darrell Issa and Peter Strzok.
August 8th, 2016. And I'll preface it by saying this for context. Ms. Page said, not ever going to become president, right? Right?
No, he's not. We'll stop it.
Repeat that again.
No, he's not. We'll stop it.
August 15th, 2016.
I want to believe the path you threw out for consideration in Andy's office, that there's no way he gets elected, but I'm afraid we can't take that risk. It's like an insurance policy in the unlikely event you die before you're 40.
On October 20th, 2016.
I can't pull away and I defer to the chairman whether
you can
or not
just use
like
one letter if you don't mind.
What the F happened to our country, Lise?
Okay, read it again that way.
Sir, did you not, was it not intelligible?
Hear it
you
one
just
more
want to
time.
hear it for me to repeat it?
Please.
Okay, sir. Sure, happy to indulge you.
He's salty.
Yeah,
like
and with the Putin quote, he struck first. ICE is actually, at least parts of those were relevant. The things that people focus on most is him saying, we'll stop it, okay? And so he was given an opportunity to explain that. He does explain it. He puts it in the proper context. It didn't mean we'll do a deep state operation where we let him win and then afterwards stop it. Right? He won. We didn't do anything to stop him winning. In fact, we helped him by concealing the fact that we were investigating foreign interference in his campaign.
Right. So in the next video, Strzok gives context into these text messages and kind of explains what was going through his head and what this all means.
If I may, what is important is that these texts represent personal beliefs just like those that you'd find on my personal phone. What these texts do not represent is any act, any suggestion of an act, any consideration that we need to do this or not do this. And furthermore, I would encourage you, as I believe, I forget who I said this to earlier this morning, you need to read these texts in the context of what was going on at the time. So when I make the comment about Trump having no idea how destabilizing his presidency would be, that came on the heels of a speech where then candidate Trump said he didn't know whether or not the United States should honor its commitment to mutual defense under NATO.
I appreciate that,
Sir,
Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much. That's not briefly, Mr. Chairman. In light of these actual,
no. Give him that opportunity.
He should be permitted to answer his question.
Look, they have no interest in hearing any explanations. This is all about political theater. This is all about GOP members of Congress trying to appear like they're these tough guys because they're not letting him talk. They have no interest in anything he has to say. They just want to get their point out there. They want to make it abundantly clear and apparent that they are warriors for Trump and they're going to fight for him and they're going to, continue this ridiculous narrative that he's undergoing a witch hunt. It's so pathetic. All of it's pathetic, and it's so discouraging to see what's going on right now.
Yeah, can you read your incriminating text, what we believe to be your incriminating text? Okay, he reads it. Okay, can you explain it? I'm gonna explain it. Cut him off, we're moving on. Well, but then what would you have him in for? You could have just read the text yourself, right? The whole point of the hearing is supposed to be like, and what do you say about that? And he's like, oh, well, here's the context in which, shut up, don't talk. Then why are we having these hearings? 2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below. Then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.